So, I had been crying and I felt like life had dealt me a really bad card. I felt like I was really coming, to a halt. I felt some type of mini depression. And I started to feel that life had happened to me, not for me. And so I wanted to talk to you about life happens for you and not for you. And if there's something you're dealing with, you're struggling with, I would love for you to stick around so we can have this conversation, because after I went through my mini depression, I realized one thing, and that thing, sort of shifted my life to another dimension, to another angle. If that's something that you'd like to hear, do stick around. Hey beautiful people, how are you doing today? Welcome back to the Young and Independent, where we discuss all things A+ mindset, personal development and financial freedom for young Africans by an African. My name is Sylvie. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. So today I want us to talk about the power of purpose. What's your purpose? A lot of times I was just having a conversation with my sister this morning, literally, and we were talking about the fact that sometimes children are born in the same family, they have the same opportunities, they live in the same environment, they go to the same school, they're raised by the same parents, but their outcomes are different. Why? For me, there's something very powerful about having a purpose in life. It is indeed really powerful to do that. Because like I said earlier, we sometimes feel like when things happen to us, we want to give up. But do things really happen to us, or do things happen for us? So when I was 16, right, my father died. And for a long time, I was angry with him. Because my father went out and never came back. And before this car crash happened, I had told my father on the Sunday, he died on the Monday. I said to him, Daddy, don't use this vehicle, use the other one. So he had a 4x4 and he had a sedan. I said to him that I just feel like this sedan has an issue. I think you should use your 4x4 tomorrow. And tomorrow came, I was fast asleep. We had torrential rain. And I only woke up to, fear gripped me in my sleep, literally. And sometimes when I say this story, it is scary, even to me. But that's something for another day. So fear gripped me in my sleep. I woke up and I went to my siblings' room because I'd slept in mommy's room. And I said, guys, wake up, something has happened to dad. And at the same time, my uncle was walking in with tears in his eyes. My father had been in a car crash, and the last time I'd seen him alive was the Sunday before. So for a long time I was very angry with my dad, and I felt like life had happened to me and not for me. Not until my son, who is 9 years old, a 9-year-old boy, telling his mama he said to me, he said, Mommy, you're so strong, I admire you so much, with the Young and Independent channel, your podcast, your blog, your book. I'm so proud of you, Mommy, and all the lives that you're touching. And I do believe that if Grandpa didn't die, you will not be where you are today. It hit me between the eyes, guys. It hit me between the eyes when my 9-year-old said that to me. And I'm not even exaggerating any word of what I've said. He did say these things to me. Maybe someday I'm going to do a video with him, but for now I'm keeping my kids clear of social media. So when he said that to me, I started to think, oh wow. For my 9-year-old to realize that, listen, Mommy is making progress because of her life purpose, it's astounding to me. It is astounding to me. And what I want to tell you today is that I've heard people say to me, oh, my father died, or my uncle did this to me, my siblings did that to me. But I want to ask you something, right? When someone does something to you, what would you like to do to them? What would you like if someone does something bad to you? So life dealt me a really bad card when life took my father. He used to call me little girl. I was just his little girl. When life thrust me into this demonic world full of very evil people. They come in all shapes, forms, sizes, colors. Friends, family members. My dad, so including mine, wanted to devour me, destroy me. What do you do when something like that happens to you? What do you do? Listen, the only thing that you can do when life throws you a curveball is to rise above it. Because if you don't rise above it, it will destroy you. Did you hear that? It will destroy you. So when my father died, I had two options. I didn't have any other. I had two options. I had one option to rise above everything that was happening around me. And I had another option to go for the easy life. Do you know what the easy life is for a young woman in Africa? Men who will give me money, who will buy mortar for me, who will buy roasted fish for me, or pork. All this temporary enjoyment that destroys my own soul and rips me of my purpose, of my own divine grace, my own divine blessing. Those are the two choices I had. And you know what? The former is the harder one. And so what we tend to do as human beings is to complain. Complain and find an escape by complaining. But listen, when life happens, it's happening for you to teach you a lesson, to make you stronger, to make you, to fortify you for what is ahead. Look at me today, look at me. 16-year-old, lost her father who was like the Iroko tree of the family. You know, I used to cry for my tuition to be paid. Look at me. I remember one of my classmates from school. He works for, he's a banker now, and he reached out, he saw me, he connected on Facebook, and he was like, first thing he said to me was like, I can't believe, is that you, Tamanda? In what part of the world are you changing things? That's the reputation that my father's death gave me. Because you know what, when I went to uni, I said to myself that I'm not here to play. Life has thrown me a curveball. What do? I have to rise above it. So I didn't go to play. And I want you to understand very carefully and listen to me, because I'm saying this from my heart of hearts, that life happens for you. You don't have to. Yes, there are going to be days when you're going to cry, like I have recently. I went into a mini depression because I missed my dad. I would love to have more time with him. But one thing that I failed to appreciate is the time that I had with him. Many children, they're born and their parents die on that day. Yeah, women give birth to babies and they don't make it out of the birth room. Some kids grow up without any parent at all. Doesn't stop them from reaching greatness. You, what do you have? Look at Nick, the motivational speaker. No limbs, nothing. But he's changing lives. Because what? Life happened for him and not to him. He has taken everything that he has. Whatever you have, look around you. Take it. Hold on to it. And rise. Rise. Arise. God, you have greatness in you and God has a lot in store for you. I'm talking about being in Africa, okay? Don't tell me that, oh, you're in bush, you're sitting there saying this and that. No. I left Africa not too long ago, precisely Cameroon in West Africa. Not even Nigeria or some bougie part of Africa like South Africa. Cameroon. I'm not sat here saying my country is in bougie, am I? Sorry guys, Cameroonians, don't come for me. But we all know that life is much harder out there. And if I was able to make it, if I was able to have all the opportunities that I have, without any godfather, without sleeping my way up, you can. Because life happens for you and not to you. Did you hear that? Think about it. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like button. If you thought that you know someone who needs to hear this, please send it to them. I'm talking about someone in Africa, because when people in Bush talk, can they really relate to our issues in Africa? Send it to them. Drop your comments. What have you dealt with? What are you struggling with? How can I help? I want to hear from you. Thank you all so much. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that whenever there's a new video, you'll be the first to know, and you'll be the first to grab all this knowledge and this gist from your African sister. Thank you all so much, and until next time, do take care. Bye bye.